It's the Line Makers on Sporting News, presented by Jack Daniels. All right, folks, let's get ready for St. Louis's visit to Chicago with Ricky Herron. I'm Brian Blessing, the Line Makers on Sporting News. The Bears open 8.5. Total on the game is 44.5. Money on the dog. How about it? St. Louis off to a really nice start. I don't know about you, Ricky. I got a little Rams money line money in my pocket.
Okay.
Liked them last week against the Skins.
I could see the money on the Rams, Brian. They've looked very good under Jeff Fisher in the first 2 weeks. They're 2-0 against the spread. They're 10 seconds away from being 2-0 straight up, and Matthew Stafford beat them with 10 seconds to go in the opener. And then they come back and win straight up against the Redskins on the money line last week.
Listen, complete new mindset with Fisher, and if they keep Stafford upright, or Bradford upright, I compare him to Stafford, it's kind of the same deal.
That's a big thing, keeping Bradford upright, especially if you look at last year's Rams team.
All right, hey, let's talk about the Bears. Understandable losing at Green Bay. That was like a playoff game for the Packers. They could not afford a loss there. The big thing coming into this game, they get some extra rest, and that helps all the time.
Well, they get some extra rest, Brian, but they also lose Matt Forte for the game. Michael Bush steps in, and he's a quality NFL back, but he's not used to being the lead back. He was behind Darren McFadden last year, so we'll have to see how they play that plays out. But I do think the extra rest is a help for the Bears.
You know, give the Bears some credit in the offseason. We thought one of the best offseason acquisitions was Jason Campbell as a backup to Forte, who inevitably gets hurt. Well, they did it as well, as Ricky said, with running back Michael Bush. The Bears, Chicago, anything Chicago-related, very public. What happens later in the week, Ricky, as this game approaches kickoff? Where's this game close?
Well, Brian, I said I agree with the move on the game and on the Rams, but I do think that by game time with the Bears, as you said, being such a big public team, it's going to go back up, and you're going to get back to the 8.5. You're going to get back to 8.5 or 9 at kickoff.
We'll keep an eye on that. We've got you covered. The Line Makers on Sporting News. Again, it's St. Louis at Chicago. The Bears 7.5. Total on the game, 44.5.